Have you ever felt like your own worst enemy? Like it's this constant tug of war happening inside your head between the part of you that wants to achieve great things and the part that just wants to Netflix and chill? Welcome to the epic showdown of self-discipline versus procrastination, a battle that plays out in almost every single one of our lives. Let me tell you a secret. We've all been there. That moment when you know exactly what you should be doing, but somehow scrolling through social media feels way more appealing. That instant when your brain comes up with a million creative excuses why you shouldn't to start that important project right now. It's like this tiny devil sitting on your shoulder, whispering, just 5 more minutes. And those 5 minutes, they always turn into hours. But here is the thing, this ISN to just about getting things done. This is about who you want to be. Are you going to be the person who dreams or the person who does? The person who talks about potential or the person who realizes it? Self-discipline ISN to some superhuman ability that only a select few are born with. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, the more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Think about it like training for a marathon. The first day you run, you might only make it a few blocks. But if you keep showing up, keep pushing, keep practicing, you'll eventually run 26.2 miles. The crazy part? Procrastination is actually a form of emotional management. We put things off because they make us uncomfortable. They challenge us. They require us to step out of our cozy comfort zone. But comfort never led anyone to greatness. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Imagine your potential as this massive, beautiful landscape. Procrastination is like a thick fog that prevents you from seeing how incredible that landscape truly is. Self-discipline? It's the wind that slowly but surely starts to clear that fog, revealing the breathtaking view of what you're capable of achieving. In this journey we're about to explore, we're going to dive deep. We'll uncover why we procrastinate, how self-discipline works, and most importantly, how you can transform your life by mastering the art of getting things done. This isn't about perfection. This is about progress. This is about becoming a better version of yourself, one small step at a time. Are you ready to learn how to win the battle against procrastination? Are you prepared to unlock the incredible power of self-discipline? Stick around, because this is going to be one hell of a ride. In the next part, I'll dig into the psychology behind why we procrastinate. Trust me, it's not just about being lazy. It's way more complex and way more fascinating than that. Ever wondered why you keep putting things off, even when you know exactly what needs to be done? Welcome to the fascinating world of procrastination psychology, where your brain becomes a master of self-sabotage. Procrastination isn't about laziness. It's a complex emotional response deeply rooted in how we handle stress, fear, and uncertainty. Think of it like an emotional defense mechanism. When a task feels overwhelming, your brain pulls a clever trick. It helps you avoid the discomfort by finding something more immediately pleasurable. Let's break down the real culprits behind procrastination. Fear of failure beneath the surface. Many of us are terrified of not being good enough. What if we start that project and it turns out terrible? What if we invest time and energy and still fall short? This fear paralyzes us, making it feel safer to do nothing than to risk imperfection. Perfectionism is a sneaky trap. Ironically, perfectionists are often the worst procrastinators. The desire to do something absolutely perfectly can prevent you from starting at all. If you can do it 100% right, why start? This mindset is a total creativity killer. Instant gratification culture. We live in a world of immediate rewards. Social media, streaming services, endless entertainment. They redesigned to give us quick dopamine hits. Compared to these instant pleasures, long-term goals feel boring and distant. Emotional regulation. Sometimes procrastination is how we manage uncomfortable emotions. A difficult task might trigger anxiety, so we distract ourselves. It is not laziness. It is an emotional coping mechanism gone wrong. The brain is incredibly smart about avoiding discomfort. When a task feels too big, too scary, or too boring, it starts offering alternatives. Maybe I'll just check Instagram real quick. I'll definitely start tomorrow. One more episode, and then I'll get to work. But here, it's the brutal truth. Every time you procrastinate, you're not just delaying a task. You retraining your brain to avoid challenges. You rebuilding a habit of running away from what is difficult. Imagine your potential as a muscle. Every time you procrastinate, that muscle gets weaker. Every time you push through and do what needs to be done, it gets stronger. In the next part, we'll dive into how self-discipline can be your secret weapon against this procrastination monster. Get ready to learn how to rewire your brain and take control of your life. Self-discipline isn't a punishment. It's your ticket to freedom. Think about it like this. Every time you choose to do what needs to be done instead of what feels comfortable, you essentially building a superpower. Self-discipline is about making promises to yourself and actually keeping them. It is about becoming the kind of person who doesn't just talk about dreams, but makes them happen. The magic of self-discipline isn't in massive, life-changing actions. It is in small, consistent choices. Imagine your life as a ship. Procrastination is like letting the waves and wind push you wherever they want. Self-discipline? That's you taking control of the steering wheel. Here are some game-changing strategies to build self-discipline. Start tiny. To try to transform your entire life overnight. Begin with microscopic habits. Want to write a book? Start with writing 100 words a day. Want to get fit? Begin with a 5-minute workout. Small wins create momentum. Create accountability systems. We're more likely to do things when someone or something is watching. Find an accountability partner. Use apps that track your progress. Make your goals public. The social pressure becomes a powerful motivator. Understand your triggers. Learn what makes you procrastinate. Is it stress? Feeling overwhelmed? Lack of clear direction? Once you know your triggers, you can design strategies to manage them. Reframe challenges. Stop seeing difficult tasks as burdens. Start viewing them as opportunities for growth. Every challenging task is a chance to become a better version of yourself. Practice mindfulness. Discipline isn't about perfection. It is about awareness. Learn to observe your thoughts without judgment. When you feel the urge to procrastinate, pause. Ask yourself why. Understanding comes before changing. The most successful people aren't those who never struggle with procrastination. The ones who learn to push through despite feeling resistance. They train themselves to do what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like it. Self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. Some days will be harder than others. Some days you fail. But consistent effort creates incredible transformation. In the next part, we'll explore practical techniques to build rock-solid self-discipline. Get ready to become the architect of your own success. Let this get real. Self-discipline isn't about punishing yourself. It is about creating systems that make success inevitable. The 2-minute rule: if a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Seeing an email? Reply now. Dishes in the sink? Wash them right away. This small habit prevents tasks from piling up and becoming overwhelming. Environment design. Your environment is the silent architect of your habits. Want to be disciplined? Design your space to support your goals. Remove distractions. Hide your phone. Create visual reminders of your goals. Organize your workspace to minimize friction. The power of habit stacking. Connect new habits to existing routines. Want to meditate? Do it right after brushing your teeth. Want to exercise? Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Mental reframing. Stop saying, I have to, and start saying, I get to. I have to work out becomes, I get to take care of my body. I have to write this report becomes, I get to solve this challenge. This tiny shift transforms obligations into opportunities. Forgiveness and consistency here. That's the most important lesson. Discipline isn't about perfection. It is about consistency. You will mess up. You will have days when procrastination wins. The key is to never completely give up. Each moment is a chance to start again. Fell off track today? No problem. Tomorrow is a new opportunity to recommit. In the next part, we'll explore how to maintain motivation when self-discipline feels challenging. Get ready to discover the deeper motivation that keeps you going. Motivation isn't constant. It is a wave, sometimes high, sometimes low. The real secret of successful people isn't constant motivation. It is showing up even when motivation disappears. Think of motivation like a campfire. Initial excitement? That is the spark. But keeping the fire burning requires consistent effort. Here is how to keep your motivational fire alive. Vision mapping. Create a crystal clear picture of why you redoing what you redoing. Not just goals, but the deeper meaning behind them. Why does this matter to you? How will achieving this transform your life? What becomes possible when you succeed? The more specific and emotionally connected your vision, the more powerful your motivation becomes. Celebrate small wins. Most people wait for massive achievements to feel proud. Big mistake. Celebrate every single step forward. Wrote 100 words? Celebrate. Worked out for 10 minutes? Celebrate. Resisted a procrastination temptation? Huge celebration. These small celebrations create positive reinforcement. Your brain starts associating discipline with pleasure. Emotional resilience techniques, motivation, ISN, to just about positive feelings. It is about managing negative emotions effectively. Accept discomfort, understand that growth happens outside your comfort zone. Feeling uncomfortable? Good. That means you re-expanding. Practice self-compassion. I'll mess up. That is human. Treat yourself like you treat a good friend. With kindness and understanding. Reconnect with your purpose when motivation dips. Return to your core. Why? Why did you start this journey? What matters most? External motivation boosters. Find a community of like-minded individuals. Share your goals publicly. Create accountability partnerships. Use visual progress trackers. The journey continues. Motivation, ISN. Something that happens to you. It's something you actively create, nurture, and maintain. In our final part, I'll explore how to transform self-discipline from a daily struggle into a lifelong superpower. The ultimate goal, ISN, to be disciplined. It is to become the kind of person who doesn't need external motivation. You want to become someone who naturally moves towards their goals. Personal transformation roadmap, identity shift. Stop thinking about discipline as something you do. Start seeing it as who you are. You, not someone who struggles with discipline. You, someone who consistently shows up for themselves. Continuous learning. Treat self-discipline like a skill. Read books. Learn from people that mastered their craft. Understand that mastery is a never-ending journey. Holistic approach, discipline, ISN, to just about work. It's about physical health, mental wellness, emotional balance, relationships, personal growth, adaptability, life changes. Your discipline strategy must evolve too. What worked last year might not work now. Stay flexible. Stay curious. You know what is crazy? Every single day, you rewriting your own story. Yeah, I am talking to you. And here is the thing. You get to decide what kind of story it's going to be. Will it be one of those what-if stories filled with regrets and missed opportunities? Or will it be an epic tale of someone who decided to take charge and make things happen? Let me share something personal with you. The other day, I was talking to a friend who completely transformed her life. She used to be the queen of, I'll do it tomorrow. Sound familiar? But then she had this moment, this light bulb moment where she realized something huge. Waiting for the perfect time is like waiting for a train that never comes. You see, transformation, ISN, about making these massive, life-changing decisions every day. It's more like building a Lego masterpiece, one tiny brick at a time. Each small choice you make is like placing another brick. Skip the snooze button? That's a brick. Choose water instead of soda? Another brick. Actually start that project you've been putting off. You better believe that's a brick. And here is what nobody tells you about self-discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real with yourself. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I messed up today, but tomorrow it's a new game. That is the kind of honesty that changes lives. Want to know the secret sauce? It's all about making things stupidly easy to start. Like, ridiculously easy. Want to start working out? To think about running a marathon. Think about putting on your sneakers. That is it. Just put them on. Because once they re-on, you might think, well, I might as well walk to the end of the street. And before you know it, you're actually enjoying your workout. Let's talk about momentum for a second. You know that feeling when you rewatching your favorite show and you just can't stop. One more episode turns into, how is it 3 a.m. already? Well, you can create that same kind of momentum with the good stuff in your life. Each small win creates a little spark of energy. And when you string enough of these wins together, boom, you got yourself a bonfire of unstoppable motivation. I'll let you in on another secret. The most successful people aren't the ones who never face doubts or fears. They were the ones who feel the fear and think, all right, fear, you can come along for the ride, but I am driving. How cool is that? Instead of trying to be fearless, they were just brave enough to take the next step. And speaking of steps, Let's talk about your comfort zone. Think of it like a rubber band. If you never stretch it, it stays the same size. But each time you push yourself a little bit, maybe by speaking up in that meeting, or finally starting that side project, that rubber band stretches. And guess what? It never quite goes back to its original size. That is growth, my friend. You know what the best part is? Every single day is a fresh start. Every morning, you get to hit the reset button. Had a day where nothing went right? No worries. Tomorrow is coming, and it's bringing new opportunities with it. It's like having an unlimited supply of fresh starts. How amazing is that? Remember this. You're not just working on tasks or goals. You reworking on becoming the person you want to be. Every time you choose to do something that matters instead of something that's easy, you literally rewiring your brain. You becoming stronger, more resilient, more capable. Ready for the real game changer? Let's talk about how to make this whole self-discipline thing not just work, but actually stick. Because let's face it, we all had those moments of motivation that fizzle out faster than a sparkler on New Year's Eve. Here is something wild to think about. What if I told you that motivation isn't what you need? I know. Sounds crazy, right? But stick with me here. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't wait until you remotivated to do it. You just do it. Why? Because it's just part of who you are and what you do. That is what we re-aiming for with everything else. Let me share a little trick that has been a total life changer for so many people. It is called habit stacking, but I like to think of it as playing Tetris with your daily routine. You take something you already do without thinking, like making your morning coffee, and attach a new habit to it. So while that coffee is brewing, bang out 10 push-ups, or read one page of that book you've been meaning to start. Simple, right? And here is something nobody talks about enough. The power of saying, not yet, instead of, I can. When you catch yourself thinking, I am not good at this, or I can do this, add that magical little word, yet. Watch how it transforms, I am not good at public speaking, into, I am not good at public speaking yet. Feel the difference? One closes doors, the other blows them wide open. Let's get real for a second. We all have those days when everything feels like we're trying to run through waist-deep mud. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those days when your motivation has gone AWOL and your willpower is running on empty. Here's the secret. Those days are actually your biggest opportunities. Because showing up when it is hard, that is what builds character. That is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Want to know something cool? Your brain is actually like a search engine. Whatever you type into it, that is what it looks for. So when you start your day thinking, this is going to be tough, guess what your brain does? It finds all the tough stuff. But flip the script. Start thinking, I am getting stronger every day, or I can handle whatever comes my way. And watch how your brain starts finding evidence to support that instead. Here, that's a fun challenge for you. Start collecting wins. Yep, like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. Keep a wins journal, could be in your phone, on your computer, wherever. Every time you do something that takes discipline, no matter how small, write it down. Chose water instead of soda? Win. Got up when your alarm first went off? Massive win. Finish that report before the deadline? You better write that down. Before you know it, you all have this awesome collection of proof that you becoming exactly who you want to be. Remember this, every expert was once a beginner. Every single person you admire started exactly where you are right now. The only difference, they kept going. They had bad days and good days, but they just kept showing up. You want to know the real secret to lasting change? Well, yeah, I said it. Not the mushy kind, though that is great too, but love for yourself in the process. When you start seeing discipline as self-respect in action, everything changes. It's not about punishing yourself into shape. It's about loving yourself enough to become the best version of you. So here is my challenge to you. Start today. Not Monday, not January 1st, not when you feel ready. Today, start small, ridiculously small if you need to, but start. Because a year from now, you will be so glad you did. Remember, they got this, and you not just capable of amazing things. You're already doing them. Every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you push through when it was hard, you rewriting your success story. And let me tell you, it's going to be one heck of a story. Now go out there and make it happen. Your future self is cheering you on. And you know what? So am I. Let's show the world what you remade of. Share in the comments how long have you been fighting procrastination. If you found this video useful, please like it and subscribe to the channel. There are more videos on this channel that will help you become a better version of yourself.